Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as was the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, let's just dive in. And let's start off with this tweet here from Anderson. And we do see time to turn up the on-demand liquidity volume. And he's quoting Tranglo. So Tranglo announced over on Twitter, they said, FinTech news highlight, SBI VC Trade, the crypto asset business of Japanese fintech giant SBI Group, plans to leverage XRP for real-time remittance in a new strategy to expand the use of Ripple's on-demand liquidity service. What does this make me think of? Well, as we really kind of look at what SBI is doing and what they want to do with Ripple and XRP, I think that they have a very, very large idea of how to leverage this. And also remember, right, like SBI, the CEO recently said, this goes back to, I want to say 2020, I want to say, or actually it was 2019. I said it here. They said that by 2025, all Japanese banks will be utilizing Ripple and XRP. And I said, this article still lives rent-free in my head, right? SBI has been a long-term partner of Ripple's. In 2019, they mentioned all Japanese banks will use Ripple and XRP by 2025. It wouldn't surprise me if this did happen, but I'm not sure on the timeline. The craziest thing about this market is that we are here before the institutions, and most of retail isn't even here yet too. Ripple has been expanding rapidly outside of the US for the last 2.5 years. They have also expanded their product offering and even more exposure to crypto and XRP. Combine all of this with the XRP ledger use cases growing, I see a very bright future. And yeah, like, listen, let this be known, like, this might be 2019, but this is still recent, right? Like, 4 years in the world of finance and technology is nothing. I know that a lot of people think that like a year or 2 years or even 4 years in crypto is a substantial amount of time, but it really isn't. And I want you guys to understand that, like, things are happening pretty quickly around the space. And also recently, Tranglo did announce 82% of businesses fail because of poor cash flow management. Read on to find out how we can maximize your working capital, make your remittance business more liquid and ready to roll. And you do see the XRP logo there. And here we have unlock trapped capital with blockchain-based liquidity solution with, of course, XRP at the center point. They do talk about how liquidity is essential for every single business. We also do see, according to a US bank study, 82% of businesses fail because of poor cash flow management. Liquidity management provides insights into a company's cash position and how short-term and long-term liabilities will impact it. It also outlines the company's financial health outlook and ensures cash is available. This also applies to cross-border payments. They even say that cross-border payments rely on financial networks involving correspondent banks and non-banking players that act as intermediaries between sending and recipient countries. However, the constraints of operating hours and different time zones can delay settlement. There are also FX fluctuations and hidden charges to contend with. And that's where, of course, we do see blockchain. Blockchain technology has proven that it can improve cross-border payments, including liquidity management. And this is where we do really kind of talk about liquidity bridges as well, and how they can reduce this fragmentation by connecting different blockchain or decentralized exchange networks, just like traditional financial networks like SWIFT, SEPA, and SIPS do for fiat currencies. And here is where they do talk also about the mBridge ledger, talking more so about CBDCs. And we even do see, according to the Project mBridge report, the blockchain platform shows that connecting multiple digital currencies in a single technical infrastructure has significant potential to improve the current system and allow cross-border payments to be immediate, cheap, and accessible. In addition, liquidity bridges like mBridge can help international banks, financial institutions, and other PSPs manage their global liquidity management more efficiently. And yeah, I mean, like, this is also very, very interesting, considering the fact that we've talked about mBridge, we've talked about CBDCs, we've talked about XRP being the bridge currency. And then also we do see, while liquidity bridges have numerous benefits, making all the features available through a single platform is difficult. But it is not impossible. Take Ripple's on-demand liquidity solution, for example. It is true end-to-end platform built for an entire transaction chain from when an instruction is sent to settlement, reducing the complexity of liquidity management significantly. And here we have the benefits of on-demand liquidity. Let me zoom in for you guys just so that you guys can see. Here we have it. They do talk about the benefits here. They also talk about the entire use case behind this. We do see conclusion for businesses in the cross-border payment industry. Embracing blockchain technology and liquidity bridges can help them streamline liquidity management and ensure financial stability, allowing them to place resources where they should be. And yes, like, as we really kind of look at the evolution here around financial technology and even, crypto, I do think that businesses, enterprises, like the initial adoption is going to come from the enterprise grade sector and institutional grade sector. Then retail will be the ones that are on board at last, because guess what? They're going to be utilizing these solutions that are just typical around the traditional world. But what they won't see is that the traditional world has now evolved into the digital world. So this means that your friends, family, those that are not really aware of what's happening around crypto, and maybe they don't even care about crypto, they will be the ones utilizing the back end solutions that we know about, that we are investing into without actually knowing that, which is very significant. I do think that this report is great to really see, and I think that it's funny that Tranglo is now really kind of ramping up the talks and the discussions around on-demand liquidity, XRP, and Ripple. I also did, like to see the, announcement around SBI VC, because they've been very focused on a few assets. XDC is also another one, which XDC has been doing very well, which I'm very excited about. But also over here, Crypto Aries, she said, one can see XRP on-demand liquidity is still humming along. The sending wallets are interesting. There's a pattern. Can you find it? XRP Scan also has a new update where you can click/see the breakout of the destination tag to view the history. Thanks, Short the FOMO. And honestly, what's happening here is very significant. Look at how much volume is here. There's not much coming in. It seems like there's a lot going out. I mean, we're talking about millions of XRP as well. So this is very significant. And personally speaking, as we really kind of look at this, it's very exciting. We could see on-demand liquidity really ramping up. If we look at the daily dates here, so first off, this is the 2nd. So this was yesterday. I'm recording this a little bit earlier on in the day on the 2nd, so I do apologize. I don't actually have the full updated view for the 2nd, but if you guys want to, you guys are more than welcome to go check it out. But if we go back to the 1st, we could see the 1st, right? So first off, we've seen in about 37.2 million XRP. And this has gone pretty quickly. I mean, there's a significant amount gone. So there you guys have it. And then also we just see another in, which is about like 2.8 million. Again, most of this will be gone, right? Like a lot of this is utilized for transactional volume with on-demand liquidity, which is very exciting. And we even do see a few people saying like, wow, roughly $30 million, roughly 30 million XRP per day in the last month. That comes down to about 900 million in-stream XRP in a month. I sense a supply shock incoming. We probably don't get a supply shock, right? I've seen a lot of people talking about supply shocks with XRP. I don't necessarily believe that we will see that just yet, but I do believe that the volume is significant here, and I do think that's only going to continue to rise, especially as more and more on-demand liquidity adoption does happen, which we are aware of. But I thought that was very significant to mention, considering the fact that we have been seeing a lot of updates around on-demand liquidity. I mean, like there's been a lot of articles, there's been a lot of discussions around, how things are going to look in the coming weeks and months ahead, especially after the recent, SEC case decision, which is only, I think, 3 weeks ago now. So we're still very early on with that decision. So we haven't really seen any major updates just yet. But also, talking a little bit more about the SEC and lawsuits. Check this out. Just in bankrupt FTX confirms plan to relaunch the crypto exchange. How comical is this? Meanwhile, guess what we have going on? We have Coinbase saying, the SEC is asking Coinbase to halt trading, which I did report on this. This is a older article. What do you see from Thinking Crypto One? Few thoughts on this news. Thank you, Brian Armstrong and the Coinbase team, for not giving in and putting up a good fight against the tyranny. The SEC once again acting like the mob. They tell Coinbase to stop trading altcoins and give no specifics on why. 3 Bitcoin maxis are doing a victory lap on this news. They love when the government works for them and tries to unfairly stop their competition. Bunch of hypocrites. Not true Bitcoiners at all. This further highlights why the Ripple and XRP case or lawsuit victory is massive, and how Coinbase and the industry can use this to fight back. And yeah, like, listen, this is... I talked a little bit about this article, but one thing that I will mention around the XRP case is that it was a huge shutout for the entire industry. Because listen, as we look at what happened around the SEC and we looked at even the history around the SEC, we know that they're not acting in good faith for this space. They're acting in good faith for the bankers, which I did make a video yesterday about. As we look at the case around Ripple with XRP, it solidified the fact that, like, listen, we have 100% clarity here on the fact that, one, these tokens are not securities. They're not securities in the secondary market. Whether that be, the case for all of these tokens or not, it is still something significant to utilize as an example going forth, especially as Coinbase, right? Like an exchange. So I thought that this was very interesting. And then also, Remember that on June 5th, the SEC announced that they filed 13 charges against Binance and, of course, the founder. And just recently, guess what Binance went and did? Well, Binance offered crypto services to institutional investors in Dubai, July 31st. Also, Binance Japan starts onboarding users August 1st. And guess what? XRP is listed. We see over here from Panda Ripple XRP, woohoo, XRP will be one of the 34 tokens to be listed on Binance Japan and is expected to launch in August of 2023. And yeah, this is very significant. Listen, I think that this is great. Binance is one of the largest exchanges around the space. They have a ton of users. I do expect Japan to have a lot more users as well. Considering the fact that, like, listen, SBI is Japan, right? Japanese adoption and acceptance of crypto is growing every single day, and it's a huge area. And Ripple is also very adamant about, Japan. They have been expanding and connecting within Japan for a very long time, since going all the way back to 2019 and beforehand. And again, like, I don't know if all Japanese banks will be utilizing Ripple and XRP during 2025, but I will say this: I do believe that Japan will be a big leader around crypto. The same way, like, you go look at Singapore, you go look at Hong Kong, go look at the UAE. All of these areas continue to expand, adopt, and accept crypto for what it is, while the US continues to drag their feet, and that's totally fine. Listen, I welcome it. Drag their feet for as long as they want. This technology, this asset class will win. This asset class is a future $100 trillion asset class. I've talked about it many times, and I've talked about why. Nothing will change my mind on that. And as we do look at XRP and we look at Ripple, what they have built is something very special, as you guys do see in all of these reports from companies like Tranglo, for an example. And even if we look at, like, on-demand liquidity volume today, yeah, it's significant. It's expanding. It's exploding in volume. And this is just the start. I want you guys to realize, like, this is just the start. And we will start to see this rising more and more and more. Like, we celebrate 30 million XRP being traded in a day around on-demand liquidity. Just wait until it's 300 million or possibly even 3 billion. And I do think that that day will happen eventually. And that's when we can really kind of talk about supply shocks with XRP. Do I think that a supply shock with XRP is coming anytime soon? Not necessarily, but hey, I will welcome it if it does happen, because that means that, hey, the value of XRP is going to skyrocket as well. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on, because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. This is up to you all. Have a beautiful day, or be from that. Wherever you guys are in this big world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.